Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
It's great to be back.
So today we're diving into the world of sparkle and sashes. We're talking all things Miss Universe 2024.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at a really interesting CNN article all about it.
Awesome.
You know, so many people just think of Miss Universe as like, who won the crown and that's it. But we're going to go a little deeper. Think of this as like going beyond just the glitz and glam and really like thinking about what this competition says about the world today.
Yeah, like what does it tell us about like what we value and what's important to us now?
Exactly. And buckle up because we've got some really interesting stuff to unpack. We've got a historic first-time win. We've got rule changes that are seriously shaking things up.
Ooh, I love when they change things up.
And we even have some controversies to dig into.
Oh, this is going to be good.
It always is.
It's amazing how a competition that a lot of people just think of as like just about beauty can actually be like a mirror, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Reflecting back to us like what's going on in society.
It really is like a snapshot of where we are culturally.
Right.
And speaking of making history, let's talk about Miss Denmark, Victoria Kjær Pilvig.
Yes.
This woman didn't just win the crown, she became the first ever Dane to win Miss Universe.
That's huge.
It is. And there's more. This woman is a dancer, entrepreneur, and gee, she's got her sights set on law school.
Oh my gosh.
Talk about a triple threat.
Seriously impressive.
Right.
But you know what I find really interesting about her win?
What's that?
It's her answer during the Q&A.
Oh, yeah.
When they asked her how she'd live differently if no one judged her, she just said, I live by each day.
Wow.
Just think about that for a second.
Yeah.
It's such a simple statement, but it's so powerful.
It really is.
It's like she's acknowledging all that pressure
Yeah.
to be perfect and to please everyone.
Especially for young people.
Exactly. And she's basically saying, I'm living my life authentically whether you judge me or not.
You go, girl. And that message clearly resonated with people. That's a sign of the times, wouldn't you say?
You know,
This desire for authenticity,
well, absolutely.
for just being true to yourself, it seems to be striking a chord across generations.
For sure.
But Victoria's message wasn't just about self-acceptance. Her final words to viewers were, keep fighting no matter where you come from.
I love that.
It's so inspiring to see someone so young using this platform to promote perseverance.
Absolutely. And you know that message of perseverance, it takes on like even more depth when you consider some of the other contestants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Ileana Marquez Pedroza from Venezuela.
Okay.
She made it to the top 5.
Yeah.
She's a 28-year-old mother.
Oh, wow.
That wouldn't have even been possible in previous years because of the competition's rules.
You're so right. We can't talk about Miss Universe 2024 without diving into those massive rule changes.
I know, right?
So for the first time in its 72-year history,
32 years.
they lifted the age limit, which means women over 28 were finally allowed to compete.
Finally.
Plus, they got rid of the ban on mothers and married women participating.
Which is huge.
It is.
It's like they're finally realizing that women can be ambitious and beautiful and successful at any age and stage of life.
Exactly.
It really makes you think about how ideas of beauty and success are evolving, even in a competition like Miss Universe.
And I think that's what makes this year so fascinating. So we had over 25 finalists who were older than previously allowed, and one contestant, Beatrice Njoya from Malta, she was the first woman in her 40s to reach the finale.
Wow.
It's like they're finally saying, hey, you can be a mother, a lawyer, an entrepreneur, and still rock that swimsuit competition.
It's so refreshing to see.
It is.
Miss Universe is finally reflecting a broader shift in how we view women and their potential.
Totally.
It's about recognizing that women's lives don't fit into these like neat little boxes. We're multifaceted, and our journeys are diverse.
Speaking of diversity, let's not forget the incredible global representation we saw this year.
Oh, yeah.
So we had Cuba making a comeback after 57 years.
Wow.
And Belarus, Eritrea, and the United Arab Emirates all debuted. It was truly a global stage.
Imagine all these women, each with their own unique story and perspective, coming together on one platform.
It's incredible.
It challenges our preconceived notions of beauty, and it showcases the richness of different cultures.
I love that.
This is what makes Miss Universe so fascinating to me. It's not just a beauty pageant. It's a window into the world, a celebration of human diversity.
It's amazing how Miss Universe can be this platform for cultural exchange, but there's always another side to every story, isn't there?
True.
What about the controversy surrounding some of the national competitions leading up to Miss Universe?
Oh, yeah, there were definitely a few. Like the Miss Universe South Africa competition, it was overshadowed by xenophobic hostility towards one of the contestants.
Oh, God.
Chidima Adetshina.
Yeah.
She ended up representing Nigeria. But it's just awful that she had to face that kind of prejudice.
It's a reminder that we still have a long way to go in tackling xenophobia, even in a space that's supposed to be about celebrating diversity.
So true. And then there was the situation with the Miss Universe Nicaragua contest.
Oh, yeah. What happened there?
So the director, Karen Celebrity, she was arrested and charged with conspiracy and treason.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was alleged that she was involved in a plot to overthrow the Nicaraguan government.
Talk about a behind-the-scenes drama no one saw coming.
I know, right?
It really makes you think about the pressures, the politics, even the potential dangers that these women face.
It's a reminder that the world of beauty pageants, for all its glitz and glamour, isn't immune to the complexities of the real world.
It really makes you wonder if knowing this changes how you view Miss Universe, right?
It definitely adds a layer of complexity.
It does. It's a lot more nuanced than what we see on the surface.
For sure, yeah. It really makes you think.
It does. But okay, let's go back to Victoria Kjærthielvig's win for a moment. It's not just about her individual success, right? It's a reflection of like changing attitudes towards women.
Oh, absolutely.
Would you say so?
Yeah, we're seeing a real shift, especially when it comes to like ambition and achievement for women. It's being celebrated in new ways. It's not just about fitting into a specific mold anymore.
And those rule changes, allowing mothers and married women to compete.
Huge statement.
Huge. It's acknowledging that women's lives aren't linear.
Right.
You can pursue your dreams at any stage, in any way that works for you.
That they're finally saying, hey, a woman's worth isn't just about whether she's married or has kids.
Yeah.
There's so much more to it.
Totally.
These rule changes are saying women are multifaceted.
Right.
And their paths to success are varied.
It's like Miss Universe is finally catching up with the times.
Right.
Recognizing the diverse roles women play in society.
For sure.
And it's not just about the contestants themselves. It's about the message it sends to all the young girls and women watching all over the world.
You know, imagine a young girl watching the competition, and she sees a successful lawyer who's also a mother, competing alongside a single woman in her early 20s.
Yeah.
It just opens up so many possibilities for what her own life could look like.
It shows her there's no one right way to be a woman.
Exactly.
Or to achieve success.
It's all about breaking down those stereotypes and empowering women to define success on their own terms.
Which ultimately has like ripple effects across society.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
When we challenge traditional duty standards and expand the definition of success, we create space for more diverse voices and experiences.
I like that.
It fosters greater understanding, empathy, and ultimately a more inclusive society.
So with all these changes happening, what does this mean for the future of Miss Universe? Do you think these changes are here to stay? Or is it too early to tell?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of both. You know, the fact that they made these changes in the first place, it suggests they're willing to adapt and evolve.
Yeah.
And that's crucial for any institution that wants to stay relevant.
And all the buzz surrounding these changes, it's a good sign, right?
Definitely.
It means people are engaged in thinking critically about these issues.
Exactly. And, you know, controversy, when it's approached constructively, can actually be a really good thing. It can be a catalyst for change. It pushes us to question our assumptions and consider different perspectives.
So as much as we love the glitz and glam, it's clear that Miss Universe is more than just a beauty pageant.
Oh, for sure.
It's a reflection of our evolving cultural values and a platform for important conversations about beauty, success, and the role of women in society.
And that's what makes it so fascinating to analyze.
It is.
It's not just about who wins the crown. It's about what that win represents and the broader impact it has on our understanding of the world.
It's about looking beyond the surface and recognizing the complexities, the controversies, and the potential for positive change that this competition embodies.
It's about recognizing the power of representation and the importance of challenging outdated norms.
And ultimately, it's about celebrating the diversity, the strength, and resilience of women all over the world.
Yes, and recognizing that their stories, their experiences, and their voices deserve to be heard.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Which brings us back to that big question. Does Miss Universe simply reflect changing societal values? Or can it actively shape them?
Ooh, that is the question, isn't it?
It really is.
It's like a chicken or the egg situation. Does Miss Universe change because society changes, or does society change because of what Miss Universe is doing?
You know, I think it's a bit of both. Miss Universe definitely adapts to the cultural climate.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't still be around if it didn't evolve.
Right. Right. It has to reflect what's going on in the world to stay relevant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it also feels like it goes a step further sometimes.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It's not just passively reflecting what's happening, it's actively pushing boundaries.
Totally.
Like by showcasing diverse contestants, challenging those old-fashioned norms,
Right.
and sparking these conversations about important issues.
You know, it's like they're holding up a mirror to society, but it's not a plain, boring mirror.
Uh-huh. I like that.
It's more like a funhouse mirror, you know, distorting some things, magnifying others, and suddenly you're looking at yourself and the world around you in a whole new way.
I love that analogy.
It's fun to think about.
It is. And that's what makes Miss Universe so interesting to me. It's a microcosm of our world, showing us both how far we've come and how far we still have to go.
It reminds us that even something like a beauty pageant can be thought-provoking. It can spark important conversations and get us thinking about our own values and beliefs.
For sure.
So as we wrap up our depth dive into Miss Universe 2024, what's the one thing you hope our listeners take away from all of this?
That's a good question. I'd say it's this. Don't underestimate the power of these big cultural moments.
Okay.
Whether it's Miss Universe, a viral trend, or even a sporting event. These things can offer a surprising amount of insight into who we are and where we're headed as a society.
I love that. It's a reminder to look beyond the surface, think critically about what we see, and recognize that even something as seemingly glamorous as Miss Universe can have a deeper meaning.
Absolutely. And hey, maybe this even inspires you to learn more about some of the incredible women we've talked about today, like Victoria Carey-Tilvig, Ileana Marquez-Pedroza, or Chidima Adetshina.
They all have amazing stories.
They do. And they represent a new generation of women who are redefining what it means to be successful and beautiful in the 21st century.
So we've gone from the glitz and glam to the controversies and the deeper implications of it all. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Miss Universe 2024.
It was fun.
We encourage you to keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep an eye out for those deeper meanings hiding beneath the surface of our ever-changing world.